been a big week for smartphones. Tell us.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. It's been a massive week a massive 2 weeks, really. But the big news here is the announcement of the Note series, the Note 20 from Samsung. And here it is here. And this is the big utility in terms of phones that can do business as well. And during this pandemic, Samsung's research, as we have a look at it here with these other phones underneath, has shown us that phones like this, which have a S Pen as well, can also be used in business. So because we're doing so much more in terms of video calls, those sorts of things, this thing is built like an absolute truck, but it's also got a massive camera on the back. It does everything that you want to do in relation to your work life and your home life. So Samsung this week announcing this one, which was very important for them, considering how the market dipped deeply at the start of the year in relation to mobile phones. But they're hoping that it'll boost with the announcement of their phones, and there's a few others here as well, and some other devices as well, Tim.
Look, Djuro, you've taught me a stack during this COVID-19 period with how to get my brain around tech. I'm pretty hopeless, I understand that. But what you're doing now, before we get back to phones, tell us what setup you do have going in your Maroubra bunker, because you just switched cameras yourself then.
Yeah, well, that's correct. That's with the ATM Mini Pro, which is a product done by an Australian company, Blackmagic Design, which basically gives you a little TV switcher in your home anywhere. You can do it in a sporting OB. So I'll switch again, Tim, to the bottom here. And as you can see, we've got a whole raft of phones right there. So I can do all this sort of stuff. And that might bring me to the point, which is the next subject of our discussion. And this was a little bit of a surprise. This guy here is the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live case, and I'm actually wearing them. And these have turned out to be a bit of a superstar this week. People are ordering them. A friend reached out to me on Twitter and tried to order one. He's got to wait 2 weeks. These things have caused a bit of a sensation because they're a bit different to normal earbuds that go in your ear. They don't go into your ear canal. Samsung even put a video out explaining how to use them. And I'm actually wearing them right now, listening to you, Tim, to get the feedback from the studio. And I've got to say, there's a whole new approach. So they don't have the tip that goes in your ear. It sits flat. They do have noise reduction as well, or cancellation. But I think they are a way forward because they're so comfortable. So the Buds Live are now available, and they'll cost you a bit over $300.
Now, Djuro, how far are we away from our smartwatches replacing visits to the doctor? We've already seen a lot of consultations with doctors happening virtually.
Yeah, it's a really good question. And one of the other things that happened at Samsung's Unpacked event during the week is they announced this, which is the Galaxy Watch 3. Now, this thing is a very big competitor to the Apple Watch, which I've got right next to it. And the thing about this thing is now Samsung have said that they're doing blood pressure as well as EKG or ECG. Now, that's not allowed in Australia as a legitimate measuring device yet. And we've spoken on this program before about how Apple hasn't been able to get that across the line here as well. In America, they're pushing forward. But the fact they can do blood pressure, I asked them about this at length. It includes an algorithm that obviously does the work for them because they haven't got something around your arm. I think at some point we can look at these devices to do the basic measurements of our bodies, particularly in a pandemic. Who knows, Tim, if they will be good enough in the next year or two, but certainly down the track, our watches will do everything, but not just now. And at the moment, the authorities don't want them to be considered as a legal way to measure your vital statistics.
Yeah, we are moving to the world of the Jetsons. We'll be having roast dinners in tablets soon, but what about some of the other brands?
All right, let's have a look at them down here. So, as I mentioned, there's a whole stack, and these range from between $500-600 through to about $2,000, obviously, when you get the Note 20 fully spec'd out, and it is a wonderful machine. But Motorola still in the game. We are impressed with this because they have some sort of audio software that makes their phone sound brilliant. The Huawei P40 Pro Plus, this is phenomenal. Yes, Huawei is still in the market. This phone takes amazing low light photos, and you can get around it without having to use the Google Play Store. This is the LG Velvet. Yes, Tim, this is a change from the normal numbering system. The LG Velvet has is it ASMR, where you get up close to a microphone and you whisper away. It's got that built in there. Then we've got the Google Pixel 4a. Now, this thing is fantastic, a smaller phone. So if you want a smaller phone and an Android phone, this is pure Android. It's a great little phone, fingerprint reader on the back. And one of the new players in the market is TCL. They make great TVs, and now they're in the market. They also do Alcatel phones. This is the 10 Pro, and it does a surprisingly really good job on photography. And Tim, this thing can connect 4 separate Bluetooth devices. So if you're in the car driving and you don't want to listen to what one of the kids has got, they can all listen to their own stuff, and you'll be free to listen to your Charlie Pride or whatever you want.
Charlie Pride. Bit of Michael Bublé live at Madison Square Garden. That's my favourite. But just finally, and very quickly, Sony's new wireless headphones have some clever features, buddy.
Oh, yeah, have a look at these. These are the WH-1000 XM4s, or the Mark IVs. Then these things are sensational. One of the great things about them is that you can walk up to someone while you've got the noise cancelling on, and it recognises your voice and turns off the noise cancelling and turns on the microphones so you can hear what's going on around you. You know, these are just terrific stuff. You're going to spend more than $500 for them, but these are incredibly well designed. They're the number 4 model in a range that's considered the world's best. And while I'm there, have a look at these ones. These are called Skull Candy, and they're cool little headphones. But what's great about these is that they have the tile tracking system built in. So if you lose your headphones, you're able to go to your Tile app and find them. That is a game changer.
Oh, particularly for me, who loses his glasses just getting out of the car. Clark Kent, Djuro Sen, Superman of Tech, whichever way you're going to go with today. Thanks for that, buddy.